I know she got lock envy. Look at her locks. A mess. Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about lock envy. I actually do not suffer from lock envy. I went through that envious stage of wanting longer, thicker hair when I was a loose natural. Even though I liked my hair, I would always feel some type of way whenever I saw a woman that had long, thick, luscious hair, whether it was 4C, 4A, 3B, etc. I would always feel some type of way, like, that's not fair. Why can't my hair look that way? Or, she's lucky. When I started my lock journey, I told myself, you already know what type of hair you have. And I made a vow to accept what I was given. And luckily, I've been able to stand by that. And I am proud to say that, because sometimes it's hard to not want what others have, right? It's a part of being a human being. But I'm here to say it is possible to overcome that feeling and be grateful and happy for what you have. So, what is lock envy? It's kind of self-explanatory, but I'm going to define it anyway. So, lock envy is when you desire or long for your locks to look like someone else's locks. But there's more to it. You kind of have a sense of resentment for your own locks, right? You're not satisfied and you're unhappy with your hair, essentially. So it's not just wanting someone else's locks or wanting your locks to look like someone else, but you're not happy with your locks and how they look. Now, some of the blogs that I've read online, they kind of express lock envy as admiration, or that's what I get when I read those blogs. However, for me, there is a difference between admiration and lock envy. I think it's perfectly okay to acknowledge that someone has a gorgeous set of locks. I also think it's okay to want your locks to turn out a certain way. And to me, that's not lock envy. It becomes lock envy when you start to criticize your own hair and resent what you have. So it requires two things: wanting your locks to look like someone else's, and also feeling resentful or resentment towards your own hair. So, for example, someone may say, oh my gosh, her locks are gorgeous. I wish my hair looked like that. And then they may add, my locks are too thin, or my locks are too thick. Now, this is a very mild form of lock envy. If you didn't know, now you know. There are levels to lock envy, just like with any other condition, right? You can have a very mild form of lock envy or a severe / chronic form of lock envy. If you have chronic lock envy, like I said, you are literally about to shave your head, right? Because you are constantly comparing your locks to the locks of your lock inspirations. And it has gotten to a point where you can no longer take it. And it has gotten to the point that knowing that your locks don't look like that or will never look like that is too much to handle. Now that's chronic lock envy. I saw this YouTuber, I think her name was Bendy Mark. She expressed that she had lock envy to the point that she cut off her locks. And to me, that is a chronic form of lock envy. It's severe and very hard to treat. Now for me, looking at her first set of locks, they were gorgeous. They were perfect. Nice and full and beautiful. But the Loc envy took over. So I say that to say that Loc envy is real. It has different levels and it's progressive if you allow it to progress. I think the best way to fight Loc envy is to focus on your own locks and hair. I know that's easier said than done because with social media, it's nice to see other people's lock journey, right? Just to compare, right? But in a healthy way. However, that can at times become detrimental to your journey. And if you feel like that's harming your journey, then you should stop looking at your lock inspirations. Also, that's why it's important to do your research before you get locks. So if you're watching this and you don't currently have locks, I advise that now is the time for you to look at your lock inspirations and look at the different type of locks that you can get. If you're thinking about getting locks, know your options. Have an idea, a realistic idea of how you want your locks to turn out. Find a loctician that can help you achieve as best as possible the look that you want. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.